British politics has just been hit with a thunderclap. A new set of numbers has landed, numbers so brutal, so earth-shaking, that they threaten to rip apart the foundations of Westminster itself. Keir Starmer's Labour Party is staring down the kind of collapse no one thought possible, while Nigel Farage and Reform UK are riding a tidal wave of momentum that shows no sign of slowing. Something big is happening out there, and it could change everything. Let's break it down, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Ladies and gentlemen, British politics has just been shaken to its very core. A brand new BMG research poll has delivered a result so devastating for Sir Keir Starmer and his Labour Party that it feels like an earthquake ripping through Westminster. Reform UK, led by Nigel Farage, has surged to an astonishing 15-point lead over Labour. That's right, 35% of the British public now say they would cast their vote for Reform, while Labour has collapsed to just 20%. To put this into perspective, Labour was riding high on 33% support last summer. In the space of just over a year, Starmer has overseen one of the sharpest declines in modern political history. And the implications? If these numbers were to hold at the next election, Nigel Farage wouldn't just be entering Downing Street, he would be doing so with a landslide of 400 seats, completely wiping out Labour's dreams of a decade in power. Nigel Farage himself has already seized on this seismic shift, declaring, "Something is happening out there." And he's right, the tide of public opinion is moving fast, and it's moving in his direction. Even seasoned political campaigners can see it. Michael Hadwin, a Tory veteran who recently departed Reform's HQ, warned the establishment months ago, Reform UK's momentum is unstoppable. He predicted Reform would break 32% in the locals back in January. People laughed. And yet they hit it. Now, he says, 38 to 42% is within sight by May. The numbers speak for themselves. This is no flash in the pan. This is a movement building with relentless force. So why is this happening? At the heart of it all lies one issue that has defined British politics for years now: illegal immigration and the small boats crisis. The poll reveals that 41% of the public trust Reform to deal with illegal channel crossings, compared to a pitiful 14% for Labour. Let that sink in. Starmer has been Prime Minister for over a year, yet during his tenure more than 50,000 people have crossed the channel illegally. The British public looks at those numbers, they look at Labour's rhetoric, and they see nothing but weakness and incompetence. And it's not just Labour taking a beating. Kemi Badenoch's Conservatives are also collapsing under the weight of public fury. The Tories are sitting on just 17% support, trailing behind both Labour and Reform. On the boats crisis specifically, voters trust neither of the so-called main parties. The message is crystal clear. The public is done with business as usual politics. Nigel Farage has put forward his own vision for Britain, one that voters clearly believe in. His proposal, Operation Restoring Justice, promises to deport 600,000 illegal migrants over 5 years under a Reform government. Now, this isn't just rhetoric. According to the poll, 39% of voters believe Reform is actually capable of delivering on this plan, while only 29% doubt it. That level of belief in a political promise is rare, but it shows the growing trust people have in Farage compared to the disillusionment with both Labour and the Conservatives. Reform MP Lee Anderson captured the mood perfectly with a blunt post on X. Take that. But this isn't just about party politics. It's also about personal leadership. The poll shows a brutal collapse in confidence in Starmer himself. 60% of people are dissatisfied with him, while only 19% think he's doing a good job. Those numbers are catastrophic. They put him on the same level of unpopularity as Rishi Sunak before he was booted out at the last election. BMG pollster Jack Curry explained it bluntly. The public sees no real difference between Labour and the Conservatives on small boats. Both are viewed as equally ineffective, and that's the killer blow. When voters can't tell you apart from the government you replaced, when you offer no real alternative, and when your personal approval rating plummets to historic lows, your days as Prime Minister are numbered. Robert Struthers, head of polling at BMG, summed it up. Reform UK and Nigel Farage are shaking British politics to its core. Farage now holds a positive net rating of +5. That might not sound earth-shattering on its own, but compared to Starmer's -41, it's nothing short of a revolution. Make no mistake, this is not a temporary blip. This is a turning point. Unless Labour can find a miracle turnaround, the momentum is only going in one direction, straight towards Nigel Farage and Reform UK. The polls are clear, the public mood is clear, Britain is fed up with weak leadership, endless excuses, and the political establishment kicking the can down the road. Something truly massive is happening out there, and if these numbers hold, it's not just a crisis for Labour, it's the dawn of a new era in British politics. So what do you think? Are we witnessing the beginning of a reform revolution, or will Starmer somehow claw his way back from the brink? Because right now, all signs point to total hell erupting for Labour, and Nigel Farage standing on the threshold of Downing Street. In other news, a British woman has been stabbed to death in a Cambodian park after becoming entangled in a love triangle with her killer. Jessica Cariad Hopkins, 34, is believed to have died on Friday night in the Chamkarman district of capital Phnom Penh after being stabbed multiple times. Congolese national Kidikila Nyandaglodi was arrested by local authorities, who have claimed Ms. Hopkins' death was most likely a consequence of a love triangle which turned deadly. Footage revealed the accused killer was arrested at a salon fewer than 2 miles away from where the Briton was found unresponsive. In the video of the arrest, the Congolese national can be heard answering questions from the police as she was being led away in handcuffs. Ms. Hopkins was originally from Harpenden in Hertfordshire, but was living in the northwestern city of Krongzem Reap at the time of her death. The 34-year-old had been temporarily renting a property in the Chang Troi Chang Va area of Cambodian capital Phnom Penh before the attack. No details of the love triangle have been released by the Cambodian authorities. It has been reported that 2 women in the park were yelled at by a senior police officer after trying to give their statements on what they witnessed to a local media outlet. The witnesses were granted permission to leave the park following questioning by police. The deputy police chief of the Chamkarman district, Hout Kong, was sacked and stripped of his title after allegedly verbally abusing the pair. Tributes on social media have been pouring in for Miss Hopkins since her death. Sophus Chone posted, "I am heartbroken to lose my lovely neighbour and dear friend Jessica Cariad Hopkins. She was such a caring person, always there for me and my family, helping in ways big and small. Her kindness, her smile, and her generous heart meant so much to me. It feels unreal that she is gone. My heart aches knowing such a beautiful soul was taken from us too soon. Rest in peace, Jessica. You will forever be missed and remembered with love." A friend of Miss Hopkins wrote, "My heart can't take it. Jessica, you would always be the coolest person. You have a sweet and soft tone of voice when you speak. Your kindness always echoes in the room whenever you walk in. I will never forget the friendship and memories we've shared, and I will cherish them. Love you." A spokesman for the UK Foreign Office said, "We are supporting the family of a British woman who has died in Cambodia and are in contact with the local authorities." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.